yeah. Boring. Dolly, next. Next one. Just press the button. Ayo, still boring. Next. Okay, this is really boring. Okay, next.
So this Christmas, our elves are picking
Okay,
out
I
the
give
most
up.
fun gifts
Dolly,
for kids.
give me the remote. I want to watch YouTube.
No, I want to watch this.
Give me the remote. Dolly, I said no. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
The following video is about people who are tired of the same old boring Christmas. Christmas, it always has this happy feeling. Christmas trees, fairy lights, holiday movies, and stockings all over the place. All these designed to evoke the most joyous mood of the year. But take a look around us. All we see are endless discounts, chaotic shopping malls, and Christmas music playing on loop since October. Now, this is a type of Christmas that looks a little different from how it used to be. So, some would say that Christmas is not supposed to look like this. A season that is now dictated by holiday marketing and all about consumerism. But here's the thing, who cares? Christmas marketing isn't just about convincing people to buy more gifts. Instead, marketing is behind some of the most iconic symbols of Christmas, from classic traditions to beloved stories. And the story of how this happened can provide some fascinating insights into how marketing can help shape a society. Before we dive into all of that though, let's go back in time and talk about how Christmas came to be the Christmas that we celebrate today. The truth is that until the mid-19th century, most people didn't celebrate Christmas. Christmas was mostly an excuse for the upper classes in America to throw rowdy feasts with hardly any holly or mistletoe in sight. Christmas was just a family affair until departmental stores became popular. Because why not? Christmas gives us such amazing business opportunities. They began decorating their stores for Christmas and using creative marketing tactics to draw in shoppers. Much of the aesthetic that we now associate with Christmas was created by these departmental stores' holiday displays. Holiday marketing's impact on our Christmas traditions and aesthetics, though, are nothing in comparison with their impact on our most popular Christmas stories and characters. So here comes the most famous Christmas character of all time, Santa Claus. In 1841, a Philadelphia store created a life-size model of Santa as a marketing effort to draw children to the store. This led to a trend in which stores provided opportunities to see a real-life Santa, thus cementing Santa Claus as part of our holiday shopping habits. Still, Santa's appearance and personality weren't quite what they are now. The most popular images of Santa in Victorian magazines depicted him as a small elf-like figure who was much more green and serious than we're used to today. The red coat and the white beard were usually there, but it just wasn't the same. And the image of Santa we all have in our minds now would likely not be the same if it wasn't for the marketing efforts of Coca-Cola. Coke has been featuring Santa in its ads since the 1920s, but it became a staple of the soda's holiday marketing in 1931. The hard truth is, marketing and business have shaped how we experience Christmas. While people are often all too eager to accuse big money of ruining Christmas, the truth is, it didn't. It made Christmas. The history of Christmas in America reveals exactly how much the power of brand storytelling can influence social trends. Coca-Cola told us about Santa Claus, and it has touched people's hearts in dramatic and lasting ways. This continues today in the most popular Christmas ads and marketing efforts. Opportunities to tell Christmas stories persist, and the brands that best capitalize on the emotions and traditions wrapped up in Christmas have a powerful opportunity to become a part of our Christmas culture, perhaps even for years to come. That's it from me today. See you tomorrow.
What did we just watch? I don't get it.
I don't know. But I think I remember he said something about Christmas being a money-making machine.
He didn't say that. You're just simply reading of the title of the video.
Yeah, forget it. Christmas this year is just so boring.
That's because you can't sit through any of the TV shows for more than a minute.
That's because they play the same old thing on Christmas on TV every year. It's always Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, and Home Alone 3. Come on lah. Nobody watches TV anymore. Nowadays, it's Netflix or YouTube.
Not like YouTube is any different from TV. It's just a place where human beings are trying to do the same old thing in a slightly different way.
Well, at least there's variety on YouTube. And you know what they say. It's Netflix and chill.
Shh! Watch what you're saying. There are young toys around. You can't just say things you don't understand.
Chill lah. It's not like there's anyone else around here. Do you hear that?
No?
Don't you hear it?
What is it?
You, follow me. Hey, Nati, what are you doing down here?
Nothing. I'm just hiding away from Jimmy.
Oh, are you two playing hide and seek again? Jimmy always loves to play hide and seek with us.
Yeah, but he always finds us very quickly, though.
Yeah, that's because you're so fat.
So rude! You can't say that to a girl.
No, you can't. Hey, what's that? I think Jimmy's coming. Everyone, hide!
I thought I heard something. Oh well.
That was close. Nati, why are you still crying?
There. Hush now. It's okay. Jimmy's already gone.
Yeah, Nati, why are you taking this hide and seek thing so seriously? Loosen up a bit. It's just a game.
No, you don't understand. I just.
Wow, I love it when people don't complete their sentence.
Rude! You're being
What? What? Say it to my face. I dare you.
a mean Bambi.
No. Who's Bambi? Nice name though. No, I'm not. I am a reindeer.
Actually, you look more like an oversized baby.
No, I'm sure I'm not the baby over here.
No, I'm not a baby.
Oh, all right. That's my naughty. Let's do something fun. How about we have a Christmas story competition? I bet we can tell a better story than what's on TV nowadays.
Oh yeah, I like that. Let's compete and see who has the best Christmas story of it all. I'll go first.
Back off.
Stop pushing me.
Ladies first. So, this is a story that is pretty well known from where I came from. It's gonna be sweet. Trust me.
Don't trust her.
Here it goes. Once upon a time, there were 25 tin soldiers, born of the same tin spoon, and they all looked very, very handsome. But out of the 25, there was one who had only one leg, because he was the last to be born, and the tin spoon ran out of tin. Let's call this one-legged tin soldier. What should I call him?
Oh, I know. Tim.
Okay, fine. Tim. So apparently, Tim fell in love with this paper doll who lives in a castle next to his little box. But he knew that he's lower SES and the paper doll is higher SES. So he didn't dare to make a move.
Wait, what is SES?
Socioeconomic status is an economic and sociological combined total measure of a person's work experience and of an individual's or family's economic and social position in relation to others based on income, education, and occupation.
Excuse me? Do you even study social studies? Stop interrupting me.
Okay, chill.
One night, when the 24 other tin soldiers were playing, Tim was staring at the paper doll secretly from afar. Just then, one of his brothers came up to him and asked,
Tim, why you keep staring at that girl?
Then Tim told him,
See, my brother, she only has one leg just like me. We have something in common. She must be the wife for me.
But Tim didn't know that the paper doll was a ballet dancer, and her other leg was actually lifted so high behind her that Tim couldn't see it at all. And Tim continued,
But maybe she's too perfect for me. She lives in a castle, but I only live in a box with 24 other roommates. That's no place for her. But I want to at least try to make her acquaintance.
Then Tim decided that he would do a flash mob for her. Eventually, before Tim could have any chance with a paper doll, Tim met with a series of unfortunate events. First, he fell off the window, and then he was washed away in the drain. And inside the drain, he was eaten up by a big fish. When all these were happening, Tim, the tin soldier, did not make a single sound, and he never once flinched. He kept his eyes up front, and he carried his gun shoulder high, because he is committed to behave as what a soldier in uniform should behave. Then the craziest thing happened. Suddenly, something struck through the fish like a flash of lightning. The tin soldier saw daylight again, and he was washed and brought upstairs to the same room he was before.
Oh, wow, the same room?
Yes, he saw the same old toys in the room, and most important of all, he saw the paper doll standing unmoved in her fine castle. She still balanced on one leg, with the other raised high. She too was steadfast like the tin soldier. That touched Tim so deeply that he would have cried tin tears. Just that soldiers never cry.
Let me guess. And they live happily ever after?
No. Suddenly, the door blew open, and a bunch of boys snatched the tin soldier and threw him into the stove. And a puff of wind struck the paper doll and carried her into the fire as well. They both burnt up, and the paper doll turned into black as coal. And the tin soldier was melted into a shape of a little tin heart.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Shut up, Groot! It may not sound like a PG-13 kind of ending, but it's still my kind of love story. A love that is so strong, it goes beyond circumstance. I'm still waiting for you, my tin soldier.
Dolly, I tell you, no chance lah.
That's funny.
Oh! Our little nut is finally cracking up.
Oh yeah, boy. It's my turn. Nutty, my Christmas story is the greatest Christmas story of it all. Fasten your seatbelts, everyone. This is a story of a majestic species of creatures called... Yes, reindeers.
A long, long time ago, in a village somewhere far, far away, there lived 8 chosen reindeers who existed to pull the king's trishaw.
I think it's talking about Santa, and it's a sleigh, not a trishaw.
Oh.
A sleigh is a vehicle that can slide through snow. It is usually pulled by horses, but in some stories, reindeers.
As I was saying, these 8 chosen reindeers looked majestic and beautiful, and the king was very pleased and proud of every one of them. But one Christmas season, the weather was really, really bad. There was thick, dark haze.
Fog, not haze.
And no one could see what's ahead of them, even if the reindeers stretched out their paws.
Hoofs, not paws.
Shut up, Dolly.
Okay.
And even though the 8 chosen reindeers were big and strong, the king was worried that the haze would still be dangerous for them to travel that night. You know, the king was so close to cancelling Christmas that year. But then, he caught sight of something peculiar, something shiny. He walked through the haze towards that shiny object, and it turns out to be a shiny nose of a lonely reindeer? This reindeer was called Rudolph. When the rest of the reindeers saw Rudolph's red shiny nose, they all simply laughed. They all called him names and they bullied him. So Rudolph was very, very sad.
Do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. I never see you anymore. Come out the door, it's like you've gone away. We used to be best buddies, but now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you want to build a snowman? It doesn't have to be a snowman. Okay, bye. Do you want to build a snowman or drag our butts around the floor? I think some company is overdue. I started talking to the pictures on the wall. It gets a little lonely, all these empty rooms, watching the house take by. Do you want to build a snowman? Doesn't have to be a snowman. Okay, bye. Buddies, please, we are a family. You say I'm special, and I thought I am. That can be friends. Really? Yay! So do you want to build a snowman? Do you want to build a snowman?
But the king knew that with Rudolph's red shiny nose, he would be able to see through the thick haze. So the king went up to Rudolph and said, "Rudolph, with your glowing nose, won't you come and lead my trishaw tonight?" Rudolph asked, You mean like lead the 8 mighty chosen reindeers? Say no more, fam.
Let's get down to business. Tumble through the fall. Deep December dollars when I ask for stars. You're the saddest bunch I ever And Rudolph led the king's trishaw overnight. And Rudolph saved Christmas that year.
Meh.
What man? It's an amazing story where a reindeer like Rudolph gets to prove that he is both better and stronger than his bullies.
Right. I mean, memorable. I'll never see reindeers the same way again.
Yeah, that's a really, really cool story, Ruth. I want to be like Rudolph too.
Me too, Nadi. Me too.
All right. Nadi, it's your turn. What's your Christmas story?
Well, I do know of a story where I came from, which my papa used to tell me every night before I sleep. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who got a toy called the Nutcracker on Christmas Eve. The little girl's brother was jealous, so he fought with her over the Nutcracker. Unfortunately, they accidentally broke the Nutcracker into two in their fight. When her brother saw that the Nutcracker was broken, he decided that he didn't want the toy anymore. The little girl was very sad, so she took the Nutcracker in her arms and she went to sleep with it. It was a dark and stormy night that Christmas Eve. And when the grandfather clock struck midnight, the furry mice from underneath the house floors jumped into battle to invade the house. And the little girl was taken hostage. Suddenly, the Nutcracker came to life, and he tried to rescue the little girl. But he was caught by the furry mice, and he was overwhelmed by the sheer number of his enemies. Luckily, the Nutcracker found his magical staff. He awakened a band of soldiers and led them to fight the furry mice in order to save the little girl. It was an intense fight, and the fight went on and on because both sides were equally matched. when the Mouse King appeared, the soldiers were losing.
Is this for real? It's got to be. Oh, yeah.
But at the very last moment, before the Mouse King could kill the Nutcracker, the little girl threw one of her slippers at the Mouse King, and the Mouse King died. The next day, the little girl woke up, and she found that the Nutcracker was still in her arms, broken. The little girl loved the Nutcracker very, very much, even though he was broken and flawed, because she knew that the Nutcracker would always be there for her, just as how she would always be there for him.
Whoa, that's a sweet story of Christmas which I've never heard before.
Yeah, but I can't believe the Mouse King died just because the little girl threw her slippers at him. Must be either because the little girl is actually an Olympic shot put champion, or the little girl has a very serious case of Hong Kong feet.
Rude, I really feel like stuffing my shoe in your mouth and see whether you can survive it.
Dolly, your feet so smelly. I think I will. Babe, stop it.
Nutty, why are you crying again?
Because I'm very, very afraid.
What are you afraid of, my dear?
I'm not sure if Jimmy will still love me just like how the little girl loves a Nutcracker, even though it's broken.
Huh? What talking you? You also not.
Rude! You!
Not me. Not me.
Nutty! What happened? How did you break yourself?
I don't know. I woke up like this and I can't screw it back. What if Jimmy sees me like this? He doesn't love me anymore. Nobody loves a broken toy. It's all just a bedtime story.
Wow, Nutty. Shucks, you are screwed. No, wait, I mean you are unscrewed.
Shut up, Rude! All right. Let's not think about this, okay? Everything is going to be all right. Jimmy's not the kind of person who would throw you away just because you're broken.
Throw me away?
Dolly! Nutty, man up. Stop crying already. There's nothing you can do if you keep crying over it.
Rude's right, for once. Nutty, let's not think about it. Let's go back to the Christmas story competition. Which Christmas story do you like the most?
I don't know. Why there's so many different versions of Christmas story anyway? Which one is the real one?
Nutty, listen to me. There is no such thing as a real Christmas story.
Really? What do you mean? Then, what is Christmas?
let me tell you what Christmas really is. It is actually just something made up by the toy companies so that at the end of every year, Daddy and Mommy will buy their kids a brand new toy. Oh, Jimmy's coming again. Everyone, back to positions.
All right, Jimmy. It's time to sleep.
But I don't want to sleep just yet. I still can't find Nutty.
This is what happens when you don't keep your toys properly. Don't worry about it. It's definitely here somewhere. Now, go to sleep, Jimmy.
But I can't sleep.
Okay. How about Grandpa tell you a bedtime Christmas story?
Okay.
A long time ago, about 2,000 years ago, there, in the quiet little town of Nazareth, there lived a girl called Mary. She was alone one day when suddenly she found herself face to face with an angel who had some interesting news. Mary was going to have a baby. Now, Mary's fiancé, Joseph, took some convincing to believe that this was for real. He realized that this was indeed going to be an adventure for him too. Joseph and Mary traveled a long, long way from Nazareth and they reached Bethlehem. And this was the place that God had chosen for his son to be born. But when they have reached Bethlehem, they couldn't find a place to stay. So they found themselves cooped up in a stable. So in the place where animals slept, Mary gave birth to Jesus, the Son of God.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day walk on water?
Mary, did you know that your baby boy will save our sons and daughters?
Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you deliver will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind man?
Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm the storm with his hands?
Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? When you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Mary, did you know did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation?
Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day rule the nations?
Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? That sleeping child you're holding is the great I am. Did you know? Mary, 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 did you know?
Jesus Christ was the reason why Christmas exists. He was the Son of God who came and lived among us. And now everyone remembers and celebrates his birth on Christmas Day.
Oh, is that why there is Christ in Christmas?
Clever boy, Jimmy. Clever boy.
But, Grandpa, why did Jesus have to come and live among us?
Jesus came and lived among us to remind us that God is with us. God created us because He loves the same way a father loves his newborn son. And God sent Jesus to remind us of His love.
Huh? But if God created us and loves us, why didn't He make us flawless and perfect? And what if God sees me to be not good enough and He doesn't love me anymore? Nobody loves a lousy person. It's just a bedtime story, right?
Whoa, 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 Jimmy. Don't say that. God loves us all the same. And Jesus loves every one of us, that He had to die for all of us to be saved.
What? Why must He die?
That's a very good question, Jimmy. But that's a story for another day. Okay? Now, go to sleep, Jimmy.
Grandpa, can we please find Nati tomorrow?
Why do you want to find him so badly, Jimmy? It's a pretty old and spoiled toy.
Because he's my favorite toy. I know he is broken, but I still love Nati a lot. I just don't want to lose him.
I see. Okay, we'll find Nati tomorrow and we will fix him together. Okay?
Really, Grandpa? Pinky promise?
Pinky promise, Jimmy. Now, go to sleep, will you?
Okay. Good night, Grandpa.
Good night, Jimmy.
Nobody loves a broken toy. It's all just a bedtime story, right? I guess that's not a false statement. Everyone loves to receive a toy that's perfect and flawless right from the beginning. And even if there's a dent somewhere here or a tear somewhere there, all you need is a receipt that's less than 7 days old. But it is inevitable that in a process of memorable companionships and beautiful make-believes, toys like us will more often than not get broken along the way when we're not careful.
there is a way to remain perfect and flawless. Place us on a shelf on display and have a do not touch sign by the window. I'm sure I'll always be as good as new, even for 1,000 years. But what kind of life is that? Life is definitely more than just collecting dust in a stuffy shelf. But that is the reality of life. No matter how hard we try to live it right, one way or another, you will get broken. And when you're broken, you're screwed. Or unscrewed, like me. We were all not made to eventually be broken. They'll just be sad. I mean, which maker will create something flawed? But even though we live in a world where there'll always be risks of becoming broken or hurt, we were created for a purpose. For laughs and adventure, for companionships and awe's of wonder, for the sake of love. Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall, no one would hear. Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
There's a place where we don't have to feel alone.
'Cause every time that you call out, you're a little less alone.
If you only said a word from across the silence, your voice is heard. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, you'll reach out and rise
Give them a big hand, people. Come on. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.